All right. Um, Welcome back. And hopefully you finished your flashcards. If you didn't, you're going to need to spend some time right in the beginning of class, get those done. Remember, I need a picture of them, front and back. Make sure that it has a word and the picture, colored picture, and the definition on the back. So make sure you take care of that. So today, you are going to need to fill into your assignment notebook the following information. Today, you are going to make sure you turn the picture in. If you're in class, having them out on your table does help your teacher kind of see if you finished them or not. And when you're done, you should have a full collection of flashcards for 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3. Those are going to be very important when it comes to studying for the test and taking the test. But today, you are going to work on the study guide. That study guide is going to be due on the 19th. It's going to be due the next time that we meet. And hopefully you'll be able to finish it. So let's get that filled in. Once that's done, remember on your study guide that you're working on, you can use your book, you can use your notes, you can use your flashcards. All of these things are going to be things that you can use. So let's take a look at your study guide right now. Maybe right now. Or now. All right, so when you look at the vocabulary words on the study guide, you'll see that there's aftershock, liquefaction, and tsunami. Uh, Notice that in there, seismic gap wasn't there, and base isolator, and shear wall, and cross bracing wasn't there. So I added those extra words just because they were important words. So with the first question, remember the first question is always review. And you just pretty much need to fill in the blanks. Earthquakes can be located. Earthquakes magnitudes can be measured, how big they are. Earthquakes produce something. I can tell you it's a two-word, and the second one is wave. And those things can travel through something. When you fill in the rest of this, earthquakes can cause severe damage on an average day, or on an average, a very powerful earthquake strikes about once a year. And very powerful, they're talking, those are 7, 8, 9s on the scale. Earthquakes are most dangerous where? Where are earthquakes most dangerous? Where do they occur that are most dangerous to humans? And then letter C says the most injuries from earthquakes are caused from what? And I know we put that into our notes. You have two word magnets right here, aftershock and liquefactions. Aftershocks follow earthquakes. Aftershocks are usually smaller. Aftershocks can do something else. Liquefaction. Liquefaction deals with the type of soil. Liquefaction deals with the soil shaking. Then you have to come up with two more things about liquefaction. What are some characteristics about tsunamis that make them especially dangerous? We talked about many of them in our notes, in the video from our notes the other day. So make sure that you put down at least two, if not more. Question number 5, when you're looking at this map of the United States, the darker areas are higher risk, the lighter areas are lower risk from earthquakes. It says draw an X on or in an area with the least risk for an earthquake. Why do you think the areas with the most risk are close together instead of spread out? So when you look at this map, the dark areas are right here and right here along this area. Why are these all kind of close together? That's the second question. The first question, part of it was draw an X where there's least. When you look at least, that's kind of up by us. Why are we in an area where there's not as great of a risk? And then the last question on here is fill in the main idea. Structures can be designed to resist earthquake damage. Buildings can be built with more stable locations. So basically, don't build near earthquakes. Walls and foundations should be blank. We talked about two things that you can do to walls or inside the building. Base isolators can help by doing something. What do those base isolators in the basements of those buildings, what do they do? So once you're done with that study guide, make sure you get it turned in. The code word that you will eventually put in when you turn this one in, when you turn in the study guide, what I'm going to ask you to do for that is put in tsunami. Tsunami. I just picked that because I happened to just look right at that word. So make sure you put in tsunami when you turn this item in. Make sure you are putting in the right code word for the right assignment. Many of you are putting in the wrong one. You're putting in the one from the next day, because the next video that I make, I'll put a code word in there and you'll put it in on this one. I don't want that to happen. I want you to put in the code word that I said in this video for this assignment. So again, the code word is tsunami. So you have the rest of the class period to work on that. It looks about maybe 40 minutes or so. Make sure you use it. Make sure you get it done. If you do get it done, and hopefully you do, and most of you will, don't just be done and be done with science. Take out those flashcards. Practice them again. Go through 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3 again. Go through those flashcards. At least practice them. See if you can look at the front and go, yes, I know what liquefaction is. Oh, yes, I know what 7.1 vocabulary words were. If you know those inside and out, when you get to the test, it's going to be a lot easier to take that test. So I have nothing else to say, so have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to you later, I hope.